Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Troy West, allplayerswin.com, who has a long record history of success in our videos, NFL and college. And right now he's going to take Florida and Vanderbilt. Troy West, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, thanks, Pete. Hey, I'm putting the reputation on the line again this week, Pete. Yeah. One of my favorite college games thus far. I put it in at least the top 10. Not my favorite of the year, but definitely a game I really like, Pete. I'm gonna give you a winner on this one.
Which one? Florida Vanderbilt. Listen, Troy, you know, your picks are great overall, but when you say you really like a game, that's when you really want to pay attention. You know, your winning percentage on those games is way higher than it has been overall. So I'm interested to hear what you have to say here. Before we get to it, just give a quick plug for allplayerswin.com. Tell everyone what that site's all about.
Hey, thanks, Pete. Yeah, we're going strong into our 8th season. Nothing but winners over here, Pete. We've been outstanding in college football. We've been outstanding in the NFL. I really encourage people to come take a look at our website. We're the best in customer service. And, Pete, as you've known over these years, when we have a top play, we hit it. It's just been unbelievable this year more than others. I would not even be surprised if our win percentage is in the high 80s, low 90s when I release a top play. And guess what? This is going to be one of our top plays this year and going into the weekend. I really like this game.
All right. That's awesome. And, you know, yeah, to anyone who's watching, though, there are no locks, no matter who you're talking to, no matter what situation you're talking about. No locks, but definitely when Troy West says he likes to play a lot, that's a high percentage play. So no one tail this and go all in. But if you want to tail it and go big, absolutely, by all means, I certainly would back that up. All right, Florida Vandy. Vanderbilt right now is a 14.5-point home underdog. The total's 45. I'm sorry, the 14.5-point home underdog. That's up from 14. The total is 45 or 45.5. That's down a bit from 46. And, you know, Florida pounded Georgia, and I did hear that last week Florida was a very sharp side. Not sure if those sharp guys expected just to cover or if they expected, you know, the big blowout win that Florida got. So Florida can pound Georgia. Why can't they come back the next week and do the same thing to Vanderbilt? But Vanderbilt is 5-1 against the spread over their last 6 games, kind of flying a little bit quietly under the radar, getting covers, but maybe that's serving to keep this line a little bit low. Right now, 14.5. What do you like here, Troy?
Pete, I absolutely love the Gators in this game. Okay. I really do. Vanderbilt's been a team, Pete, that I've covered pretty cose throughout the course of the season. I actually had one of my top plays of the year a few weeks ago when they played Charleston Southern. Charleston Southern was a 21.5-point underdog at Vanderbilt on Vanderbilt's homecoming night and beat them 21-20. I had a gentleman tell me that Charleston Southern may beat Vanderbilt outright, and it almost happened as a 21.5-point underdog. This is a team that struggled to beat Old Dominion last week. They got them by 14 at home. You look at some of the games that they've played in the SEC, they got blown out by Georgia. They've lost to Kentucky. They lost to South Carolina. They beat a Massachusetts team by 3 points. They were blown out by Temple. They were blown out by Ole Miss. This is a really bad Vanderbilt team, Pete. I think this is one of the worst teams in the SEC. Florida, on the other hand, they've got a coach coaching for his life. You know, they showed that they weren't going to quit on them last week. They took down a Georgia team that was extremely hot. This Florida team's playing good football right now. They really are. I know they got blown out against Missouri not too long ago, but the week prior to that, they played LSU tough. I don't see this as a look-ahead game. I think that would be the one thing that you may scratch your head on when you're looking at this one, is it's a potential look-ahead game. But I don't see it happening. Will Muschamp knows better at this point than to have a look-ahead game or a letdown game. This Florida team's playing too well. Pete, I'm not kidding you. This Vanderbilt team, to me, is much like a high school team. This is a really bad football team. 14.5 is way too low. Florida goes in and pounds them.
All right. Well, what would you say to the people? You know, there's a lot of neurotic gamblers out there, myself included, who anytime I have an opinion, instantly I'm second-guessing myself. No matter what the opinion is, instantly I'm thinking it's too easy. So what about the people who would look at this and say, all right, Florida just crushed Georgia, and now they're a favorite of less than that margin against Vanderbilt. It's just too easy. It's got to be a trap. What would you say to those people?
You know, a lot of games have looked like traps this year, Pete. One of them was last night on Monday Night Football. The Colts only a 3-point favorite against the Giants, for God's sake. You know, I think a lot of it is this college blood, Pete, that goes around when you go on the road and you're playing a team that's really hard to get up for. You know, I think that could spell letdown. You know, it's a philosophy that a lot of gamblers play with. I try not to. I just think this, you know, right now this is a game where Florida's playing a lot better football than Vanderbilt is. I think the line is set where it's at because it is still a road game. It is still an SEC opponent. I think that's why the line's where it's at. Florida's probably not worthy of being a 3-touchdown favorite against anybody just because of some of the games that they've played this year. But I really like the momentum that they're playing with right now. I think they get it done.
Troy West from allplayswin.com sharing with us for free one of his top plays of the year. Florida currently minus 14.5. Thanks so much, Troy.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.